What's up, guys? It's your boy ABC Delicious. I'm back at it again with another video. First and foremost, I hope everyone is doing well wherever you are. It kind of continues to be a crazy situation. I've said before and I'll say it again. This just reminds me of kind of like an extended episode of Black Mirror or some crazy Netflix show the last 2 years of everyone's life, right? And because currently I'm in New York, it's kind of interesting to see the contrasting style or the way that people are living right now. It's kind of like everyone has been on lockdown for the last year. I just kind of feel this energy. People are kind of impatient, a little bit, I don't want to say unhinged, but maybe that is the case. And on the other hand, people want to go out. And there's a case of being tired and a little bit fatigued from the whole wearing surgical masks all the time, all the information, etc., etc. So all we can do is take all the information we have, make your own decision, and move forward. So what can we do? All I hope is everyone out there is staying physically strong, mentally strong, and that's about it. Well, PSA aside, I'm very excited about this video because I got to see a movie yesterday. Big props to my friend Kelly for hooking it up. And my other friend Christina came and we went to see it at Times Square AMC. And just a quick tangent before I go into the video. If you've never been to Times Square or if you're from New York, Times Square is such a vibrant, energetic place with all the tall buildings and the architecture and Madame Tussauds, and everything is just so like huge. If you've never been to Times Square before, go check it out. So I was kind of just looking around, taking a lot of pics, etc. Anyway, stay focused, Edward. Back to the video. I got to see a very exciting movie, and I know you're waiting with bated breath. The movie I got to see the other day was called Shang Chi, Master of the Ten Rings. And first and foremost, unless you're blind, or even if you are blind, if you've heard me talk at all or post on Instagram or seen any of my videos, you guys know like I'm a grade A1 Marvel nerd. So of course I was going to see this movie regardless, but just the fact that this is the first Marvel film with an Asian lead and not predominantly, but majority of the cast are Asian, it just makes me happy inside. Now, of course, there's going to be that kind of positivity and novelty on my end. So all I was hoping for is, please don't let this be garbage. Please don't let this be garbage. Please don't let this be, no offense to Chris Evans, because you're golden now, but please don't let this be Fantastic Four. Or the Michael B. Jordan, you're the man too, but the Fantastic Four reboot, please let this be okay, because I have a feeling, I don't want to say anything too negative. If this movie did not do well, I just don't know if Marvel would give an Asian person the chance to showcase any movie in the future. Similar with like the Black Widow movie. The Black Widow movie tanked, maybe the execs there or whoever's in charge would just be like, okay, from now on we can't have a female lead. So I do feel like if Shang-Chi was a royal bomb, it would be the same thing. It's like, okay, we give that Asian guy a chance. We'll get back to you in 2040. So I just do think, not to, in Chinese we say guo guo jiao, which means like complain, but I just think, because I'm an OG, I'm old, I know I look like I'm 25, but just growing up watching TV, watching movies in America, the only characters that Asian people would play were probably like the Asian nerd, the sidekick, the virgin, or the guy who's smart but had no street smarts, or obviously if you look at the female side, someone very exotic, beautiful, or dragon lady, or that kind of thing. And then, or going back to the male side of things, a karate guy, triad. In Chinese we say heidao or liumang, for like kind of gangster, triad member, that kind of things. So it's always refreshing when Hollywood does put Asian people into movies, because it's like, we're out here, you know, besides China, which is what, 1.6 billion people, and there are Asians around the world. We do exist, and we're the same as you guys. We put on shirts, one sleeve at a time, or pants, one pant leg at a time, etc. So I get very excited when there is Asian representation in life. So it could be movies. A few years ago, the whole Linsanity thing, for example, I would just tell people, 我是林书豪, which means I am Jeremy Lin, or Linsanity. But anyway, I think I've kind of talked off topic for a long time. Going into the movie, I had very high expectations about it, and I was hoping, in a way, this would be kind of like our Black Panther, because when I went to see Black Panther, I was very excited about it. It was hype, it was dope, it killed the whole box office. Just talking to some of my friends who are Black, that they were very excited about this. They're like, this is our time, this is our turn. It was a predominantly Black cast, so people were very excited about it. So I kind of get the same feeling, because being as an Asian American, we're not typically portrayed in Hollywood movies in a positive light for the most part. So I was very excited about this movie, and I was just hoping it wouldn't let me down. So that was a lot of conjecture. So what do I think about the movie itself? Long story short, and I will do my best not to have, it's gonna be tough, not to have any spoilers, because I know the movie just came out, and obviously I want you to watch my video, and if I do a bunch of spoilers, you're less likely to do that. So I'm gonna do my best, okay? So this is gonna be as spoiler-free a video as I can possibly do. So basically this movie stars, I believe it's Simu Liu. Again, I'm like American, so I have a really, if I'm butchering his name, or any of these names, which I bet I will, please let me know in the comments down below. I apologize. So Simu Liu, who's a Canadian actor, I think this is like one of his bigger projects, duh. So he plays Shang Chi, or in the movie, Sean, the main protagonist in the movie. And in the trailer, I think I can say this. Basically, he grows up, he comes from a very strict dad. In the last couple of years, he's just chilling with his friend in LA and not really doing too much with his life. But then because of the past, I guess you could say, he kind of gets thrown into this wild, crazy situation. So for his first breakout movie, and again, I need to go back and look at his IMDb. I know he's a Canadian actor. I'm sure he's been in a lot of stuff. So, but I know this is his big break. He was awesome in the movie, of course. I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. You know how it is in all these Marvel movies. You gotta see them shirtless. He passes the six-pack challenge, or in Chinese we say 六块肌, or six-pack. So like I like to tell people right now, 我没有六块肌, 我有一块肌. I don't have a six-pack, I have a one-pack. So he does a really good job, kind of humble, doesn't know what's going on, but then is able to realize his potential. I really want to spoil this. Maybe in a subsequent video I'll come back with some spoilers. If you guys are really interested, let me know in the comments down below. But there's he does some badass moments, but I won't spoil it in this video for those of you who haven't seen it. The other people in the movie, Awkwafina, I'm not too familiar with her work. I know she was in Crazy Rich Asians. She kind of just brings the comedic humor to the movie, and also the sidekick. I don't know, I don't think it's a spoiler. Maybe the romantic interest of Shang-Chi, I'm not sure. She's really funny. I'm not just gonna say everything is golden if I don't believe in it. I wasn't a huge fan of her with him. I don't know if they had the chemistry. I don't wanna say, so I wasn't feeling that part of it, but otherwise she does a really good job. Again, she's on the same wavelength as the main character, that she's not doing much with her life. She's kind of just, I don't want to say dicking around, but for the most part that. She does a good job. Who else is in the movie? The immortal Michelle Yeoh is in the movie. I'm not going to say too much about her character or anything, but with Michelle Yeoh, she just brings a class, a legitimacy, and she does a bang-up job in no matter what movie she's in. So I love Michelle Yeoh. Some of you might remember her from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that movie with Jackie Chan. The name escapes me. Again, hit me down in the comments down below. She does a good job. Who else is in the movie? The big Russian dude from Creed 2? Forgot his name. But I feel like he's gonna have a good career if all he wants to do is to be a big, hulking, physically intimidating guy. He was in the movie. His role wasn't huge, but he was in the main cast. And he actually has some comedic moments as well, too. So bravo to him. So I know for him, his big movie was Creed 2. So I'm trying to navigate the Hollywood hierarchy, play different roles. So otherwise he's just gonna always have to come back to the Creed 2, Creed 3, Creed 4. So it's kind of good to see that he's trying to do stuff. He was good. I probably should have said this first. Forgive me. Tony Leung. He's a very famous Hong Kong movie star. Actually was voted, I believe, top 25, is it Asian movie stars of all time or something like that. Again, if I'm wrong, sometimes I just throw out these statistics. I'm pretty sure I read something, so I'm a little bit off. Feel free to correct me, hate me, send me spam, hate mail, etc. I'm okay with it. He's obviously more recognizable, more famous in Asia, so this is his first mainstream American movie. So I love that Western audiences get to become familiar with him. He plays the dad. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but he's just very strict, not too much of a happy guy for obvious reasons, which you'll see if you watch the movie. And plays this role model slash wall that Shang Chi, the main character, or Simu Liu, has to overcome before he eventually realizes his full potential. Who else? The sister, who is portrayed by a Manger. Okay, I forgot the name, but the actress who plays the sister of Shang-Chi, she had a few roles, but again, this is one of her big movies. It's always interesting when you watch a movie and then later back as you get older, you look back and this is, oh yeah, so-and-so, this was his first movie, this was his movie. It's like, oh yeah, this was Robin Williams' first movie, this was Al Pacino's first movie. And also especially when you have multiple people who are in their first big movie together. I always think that's interesting. She plays a badass, awesome. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but awesome. I smell spin-off. Nah, who knows, okay? She does a good job. The famous actor, because I don't want to spoil this one, who's in the movie, and if you're a Marvel nerd like me, you'll recognize this person. So I would just say, I didn't even know it was him or her for a while. So once you see that, and when you see this person, he or she is just chewing up the scenery, and later when you read the credits, you're like, oh, that was so-and-so? They did an awesome job. Besides that, I'm trying to see who else is in the movie of note. I think I've already said most of the main characters. Everyone else, besides that, you have some characters who were in other Marvel movies who were not the main cast at that point. They're kind of sprinkled in here too. And so you definitely see, because now with this part, spoiler alert, Chris Evans not coming back as Captain America, Iron Man is dead. Sorry guys, it's like Santa Claus is dead. And others, they're gonna try to do phase 4. So far Marvel and the people behind it, they're batting 1,000. They're not making any mistakes. So overall, at the end of the day, after all this rambling, what do I think of the movie? I really enjoyed the movie. There were some parts that I felt could have been a little bit better, or could have been cut down a little bit, but overall, it was a fantastic movie, and without going to spoilers, it was a lot of fantasy. As an Asian American who sometimes learns about history and the things that are common in Asian culture, it was interesting to see that kind of sprinkled in the movie itself. So I'm a big fan of that. And again, if you can see it on the big screen, because I will definitely download this, legally of course, on October 18th. I think that's when it becomes available. this is one of those movies you gotta see on an IMAX big screen, which I did. So I would say for this movie, I'm gonna give it a 7.5, 8. I wanna give it a little bit more because it's headlined by an Asian guy, and I feel like I gotta support my people. So forgive me if I lost a little bit of objectivity, but for the most part, I really enjoyed it. Again, I said it before, I said it again. This is not A Beautiful Mind. This is not Good Will Hunting. This is not Inception. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think the story was pretty interesting, pretty different from the other Marvel ones in terms of originality, etc. And I also think the special effects and the choreography were really good, really beautiful. So, and the best part, I think it's PG-13. It's very child safe. I mean, obviously, besides violence, which I guess children aren't supposed to see, there's not too much sex or gratuity or expletives or cursing or anything like that. Because I always feel like sometimes, maybe as a parent, you go to the movies with your child and all of a sudden there's like a sex scene or a lot of cursing or some kind of topics that you don't want your child to see. You can feel safe that this is not the case with this movie. So, again, I would say go see this. If you're into Shang Chi, it's based on a comic book, just like most of the other Marvel movies, or even all of them. Go see this movie. If you're a Marvel guy like me, definitely go see this movie. Or if you're a casual person, I'd still recommend it. Basically, just go to a summer because I always look at it as we want to escape from reality. Right now, life is tough, life is crazy, we don't know what's really going on, we don't know what the future holds. So I just think sometimes if you go to a movie theater, have a good time, enjoy yourself, eat your popcorn. That's basically it, right? So I look forward, and the movie right now is doing really well. I believe last time I checked, I believe it's grossed about 272 million? Am I off with the numbers? Again, if I am, you feel free to let me know down below. But I'm very excited about how this movie does because Hollywood, or in general any industry, they have a winner. Let's do more of these type of movies. Let's do spin-offs. Let's do TV shows. I'm very excited about this. Since it's doing so well, they're gonna have a number 2. Is there more work to be done to represent the Asian community? Sure. More directors, more people behind the screen, in front of the screen, etc. And that applies to all other minorities too. So, anyway, I know I say this every time, but if you could please like, comment, subscribe down below, it really helps me out with my channel. If there are topics that you want me to discuss, you can also feel free to let me know down below as well. And also, I haven't said it in the last few videos, but let me also repeat that I also am a co-host of a podcast called the Egg Banana Podcast. And right now we're kind of taking a little bit of break, but we will be back with season 3 shortly. And that's available in VRcast or on YouTube and podcast form. So whatever way you like to enjoy your content, we got you covered. Please check down my profile down below for more information about that. And until the next video, peace!